Hello my sweet potatoes, welcome back. It's Michelle and today is day 4 of my Japan trip. We're going to be exploring Tsukiji Outer Market, TeamLab Planets, and Shinjuku. So let's get started! We started the day at Tsukiji Outer Market at 8:30 a.m. It's a fish market with rows and rows of vendors and restaurants selling fresh and high-quality seafood. The first thing we got was this tamagoyaki, which is a grilled egg roll. Tamagoyaki usually has a sweetness to it, which I usually don't like, but this one was so yummy. It was nice and hot, so fluffy and soft, and it almost tasted like a desserty custard. Then Kyle wanted to go to a little shop nearby that sells shrimp katsu sandwiches, and it's not in the main part of Tsukiji, but it's a couple minutes away by walking, and they sell a variety of sandwiches. Their shrimp katsu sandwich was only 220 yen, which was so cheap for how good it tasted. Then I wanted to try this monja croquette. Monja or monjayaki is like okonomiyaki if you're familiar, but with a runnier consistency. It's usually made with flour, egg, cabbage, and pork, and the outside of this had a crispy fried shell like a croquette, and on top is a mentaiko sauce made of spicy cod roe and mayonnaise. I've seen this item get mixed reviews, and if you don't like wet textures and fish eggs, you won't like this, but I loved it. I loved all the different textures and the savory flavors. It was right up my alley. And then I wanted to end on something sweet, so we found this strawberry stand, and I got a strawberry daifuku and a candied skewer. The daifuku has a strawberry tucked inside mochi with red bean paste, and the skewer had strawberries that were covered in a sugar coating. The skewer wasn't my favorite. The strawberries tasted great, but I'm just not a fan of hard candied sugar. It was too sweet for me. But I love the daifuku. You can't go wrong with it because the balance of the tart strawberry is perfect with the sweet red bean mochi. Also, if you plan to come here, a lot of places only take cash, so make sure to bring a bunch, and most of the shops close around 1 to 2 p.m, so go early to make sure you have enough time to try everything you want. It was around 10:30 by the time we finished, and we had some time to kill, so we went to the Mega Don Quixote in Shibuya. It's a huge discount store with 7 full floors, full of food, snacks, home goods, tech, beauty, and skincare, pretty much anything you need. I mainly wanted to get snacks and souvenirs for friends and family, and Don Quixote is a great place to do that. Japan is also known for having unique Kit Kat flavors like wasabi, milk tea, sake, so I was gonna buy a whole bunch of different flavors to try, but honestly I just ended up buying snacks, mainly for myself. Oops. Then we went back to the hotel to chill, but there's a Family Mart right across the street, so I went and picked up a Fami Chiki, which is just a fried chicken piece, and these are really popular, but for a good reason. It's so juicy and tender, and for the main event of the day, we headed over to TeamLab Planets at 1:30. It's a huge immersive art exhibit / museum, and they have huge rooms dedicated to different large-scale art installations. You have to go in barefoot and your legs will get wet since you have to walk in water through certain areas, which I did not love, but I did love this particular room. This is their infinite star room, and it felt like stepping into a galaxy because the entire room is mirrored. I've been dying to come here ever since I found out about this place years ago, and it was so cool to finally be here. It was pretty crowded since it was the afternoon, so if you want to beat the crowds, try to book your tickets in the morning instead, right after they open. And also be warned because you do have to take your shoes off, so it does not smell pleasant in certain areas. It kind of just smells like feet, especially in the locker room. Also, because the floors are mirrored, make sure to wear shorts under your dress or skirt if you're wearing one. They do offer shorts that you can rent for free if you forget, but just try to remember and wear your own. Once we finished up at Team Labs, it was around 3 p.m, and our next stop was the 2D cafe in Shin-Okubo. I've always wanted to go to one of these. I know they're popular in Korea, but I was glad to find one in Japan. The interior is designed like a black and white 2D illustration, and it just feels like you're stepping into like a comic book or something. I ordered a strawberry milk boba and a strawberry shortcake, and I'm not gonna lie, the food just wasn't that good. The boba was really hard, and both items were really bland. I love how the cake was decorated to look like an illustration, but that's about it. So I wouldn't expect top quality food if you're also planning to come here, but I'll be honest, I mainly came here for the interior anyway, which was super cute. Shin-Okubo is also known as the Koreatown of Tokyo, and it has lots of Korean shops and restaurants, so I shopped around for some skincare, but then I got caught in a dang sales pitch of a lady trying to sell me a whole line of products because she said it'll help my pores and redness and texture, and I was trying to get out of it, but I didn't know how, and eventually I did get out, so we left Shin-Okubo right away because I didn't want that happening again. I didn't buy anything, but I just never know how to get out of those situations. I know it's their job, but no thank you. So after that mess, we walked over to Shinjuku and found this hotel with a Godzilla statue on top of it. How cool is that? It's on top of Hotel Gracery, and we wanted to go up and view it up close, but apparently you have to be a guest of that hotel, so unfortunately we couldn't do that. But we were able to see this 3D cat billboard right outside of Shinjuku Station. It's so adorable. The cat only comes up every so often, but I'm glad we got to see it. And it's cool because it really feels like it's popping out of the screen at certain points. We also strolled through Omoide Yokocho. It roughly translates to memory lane. The outdoor counter seats and lanterns makes you feel a sense of nostalgia. And it's a long alleyway in Shinjuku that's densely packed with izakayas. It's a popular nightlife spot to grab quick bites and drinks, but we were just passing through since it was nearby. And to end our day, we stopped at Ichiran Ramen. This place is really popular because it's a fast, casual ramen spot where you sit at an individual counter space and honestly don't have to speak to anyone, so it's great for people dining alone. We ordered through this kiosk and each got a classic tonkotsu ramen with a half-boiled egg. We were shown to our seat and got to select how we wanted our ramen on this piece of paper. And our ramen came out super quickly. I actually really enjoyed it too. Tonkotsu is my favorite type of broth, and the noodle texture and the chewiness was perfect for me. The soft-boiled egg was also really good. And I've heard that there's usually a long wait for Ichiran, but luckily there was no line when we came. But when we left, there were several people waiting in line. So I'd say their ramen is really good, but I definitely wouldn't wait hours to eat here. And that concludes day 4 in Tokyo. Make sure you're also caught up with days 1 through 3 on my channel, and I'll see you tomorrow for day 5 where I'll be solo traveling for the first time.